Welcome, sports fans. Welcome back to another post-game analysis. No, it's not schoolboy football. It's international play, but not at the senior level, at the youth level. And today we'll be analysing the Jamaica versus Trinidad and Tobago under 17 game. Yes, it's a friendly, a warm-up game for the big competition coming up in just over a week. However, it was just as important as a competitive game. And today we're here to break it down. But before we get on into the analysis, we must first, just give a brief summarization of the game and how it was played. So the game was kicked off a bit later than we expected it to kick off, but it is Jamaica and we've come to expect that. And essentially, the Trinidad and Tobago team, I think they came out very, very hot. And I think they really put Jamaica on the back foot to start the game. They're probably shell-shocked a bit, but as the game progressed, Jamaica started to get more into the game. They started to create more opportunities. Mostly on the counter attack. Jamani Bell, the number 10, he was a firecracker in the first half, beating players, getting into good positions, and just like that he would have received the ball and cut into the box and got brought down. The penalty was taken by Simmons. Unfortunately, he dragged it wide, and that's how the cookie crumbles. Jamaica got a penalty very early on in the game against the runner play, I'd say, having the chance to convert and go ahead, but failing to do so. Just a few moments after that, Jamani Bell again would put himself into dangerous positions, cutting inside, beating players, but not managing to convert. And the game would continue in that manner. Jamani Bell would create havoc on the right side, cutting in, getting good opportunities, but not quite converting. We'd also see Jamani Bell getting a few corners and free kicks that would get the heads of these Jamaican players, but constantly, time and time again, failing to convert. So though Trinidad and Tobago seem to have had the ball in the midfield for the most part, Jamaica were really getting the goal scoring chances, but weren't able to convert. Then at halftime, we saw the coach make some changes, replacing the strikers and just switching it up a bit, trying to get something going forward. And I think those changes really paid dividends when Jamaica got out, started to get a few chances, but still not being clinical enough until about in the 70th minute we got a breakthrough, and it was well put through by the number 20. His name eludes me right now. A beautiful through pass to the forward who composedly put it in, putting Jamaica up 1-0. And the game would have been played in the middle of the field. Trinidad and Tobago definitely showed that they do have pros, definitely showed that they will be competing to try and qualify for the World Cup, but not being able to get past Tuane Lynch, who was a stalwart in defence, who was consolidated by Asher Dixon, the captain, who really led from behind, and Adrian Reid, the versatility man himself. And Jamaica managed to keep the clean sheet and to get that one all-important goal to end the game 1-0. So, as I said, it was a very good game. I think the teams were evenly matched. Trinidad and Tobago seemed to be more technically gifted, especially in the middle of the park. But Jamaica, as we usually do, possesses great skillful players out wide, and I think that was what made the difference today. Jamani Bell, he was a highlight in the first half, constantly beating players, constantly getting into good positions, constantly creating, and almost scoring a goal. Not managing to do so. But in the second half, we saw some substitutions. We saw where they switched it up. They brought on Dylan John. He's another player that we'd have been familiar with. He came on and he created a lot. And we saw international players. The player from Toronto FC, as I said, his name eludes me right now. He came on and he brought a sense of composure to this game. He really settled the game. He really started to control the game, started to pull the strings. And as such, the goal resulted from a beautiful through pass by him. As I said, it was the first time seeing these boys. We weren't familiar with any of these players. Most of these players would not have played in the Manning Cup, or would not have been serious standout players in the Manning Cup, because of course the Manning Cup is an under-19 competition, but they definitely came out here and they definitely showed their class. There's also the incorporation of a few international based players, the likes of Molina, who was the right back in today's game. I think he definitely didn't have his strongest performance, but there's a lot of room for improvement. As I mentioned, Asher Dixon, the captain of the team today, he was really a stout defender, making a lot of good tackles and really controlling the game. Alex Xavier Gooden, somebody this or that Sports TV fans would be very familiar with. He started off the game today and I think he was a bit complacent, a bit too calm, not playing with as much intensity as we are used to Gooden playing with. But as the game ticked on, as he got more warm, as he got more into it, he became more aggressive and more assertive and started to look like the good that we are used to. We saw the introductions of some good players. We saw Che Gardner make a cameo at the end of the game. All in all, it was a very, very good game. We see the direction that Coach Gordon wanted to play in. He definitely bypassed the midfield for a lot of the game, but there were stints during this game where he did demonstrate, good tactical midfield play, where we saw the players moving the ball, we saw the players getting the ball forward. But what I can identify by this team is that they do play a lot of long passes, and we don't have a very pacey striker to get onto it. Both strikers that would have started today were very slow and not able to create chances based on their pace and based on getting in behind of players. However, we do see where they're good at holding up play. And the number 9, he finished the goal very, very, very well. It was a well taken goal. So there's a lot that can be taken from this game. Obviously, there's not much that we know about either teams, whether it be Trinidad or Jamaica, but it's good to see the Jamaicans in action, and we definitely get to see more of them on Tuesday and be able to make a more concrete summary of what we can expect of this Jamaican team. Anyways, people, this was only the first time watching them, so this was just a drop in the bucket of what to expect from this national team. But before we go, I just want to tell you guys to like the video and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and share the video to at least 10 people, but ensure to get to 6 subscribers, because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, you know how many subscribers that get us by the end of the day, people. Anyways, reporting from the Anthony SPAULDING Sporting Complex, I'm Jomar, and this was This or That Sports TV. See you next time.